It's Thursday, the 8th of October, it's Channel 4, and it's the 8th day in a row that the Queen Mother hasn't died. This is the 11 o'clock show, and I'm Fred MacAulay.
I'm Brendan Burns.
And I'm Iain Lee, here to remind you kids that playing in fridges is very dangerous.
Hi, I'm Tommy Vance. Move up Martin Lewis, belt up Burke. I'm reading the news. Money, market, mayhem, and the city is in turmoil. But Eddie George isn't sweating. He's cool. He's the governor. He lashed a quarter point off mortgages. Doesn't affect me, though. I still live with my mum. From city news to Yugoslav blues, and the Brits are told to get the hell out. Don't you know there's a war on? Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Clinton tells his diplomats to pull out before it's too late. The diplomats say, you can talk. And the Frenchies have gone doo-la-la over Princess Di. They're planting a vegetable patch in her honour. Cordon bleu. She was a princess, not Arthur bloody Fowler. Stop loving you frogs. Later in the show, it's Dickhead versus Egghead as Ali G takes on top prof Heinz Wolf and blinds us with science.
We got none other than my main man, Professor Heinz Wolf, in Brunei University, checking out
Brunel
University. We're talking about science.
Dom Jolly smacks up the beaches in Bournemouth, and we'll be meeting PR maestro Maximilian Clifford. Nice one.
A judge accused of £1 million fraud was let off scot-free yesterday.
Why? Wasn't there any evidence?
No, it was because he was feeling a bit depressed. Poor Judge Richard Dew, who drives a Mercedes sports car with the number plate G1, is now trying to piece together his shattered life on holiday in America. The rare legal loophole that got Judge G off the hook dates back 500 years and is called noli prosequi. None of the papers explain what noli prosequi actually means, so we went to the library at the Royal Courts of Justice and borrowed this ancient legal textbook.
Now, this dates from the early 18th century, so we have to be ever so careful.
We borrowed this cool little thing from Countdown. Now, this is the transcript of the original case in 1778, when Justice Falconbury was up on a charge of impersonating a leper for financial gain.
Cool.
Obviously, court cases in those days were held in Latin, but in English, the judge's summary reads as follows. Blimey, Arthur, what are you doing here? You in the dodgy leper game? Well, you look a bit peaky. Tell you what, you clear off to the New World for a couple of weeks. Take me horse. It's the one outside with the G1 number plate. Verdict, noli prosequi, whatever that means, I don't know. In the past fortnight, both Labour and Conservative conferences have tried to outdo each other on law and order. Today, in a Tory fringe meeting, proposals were put forward for privatising parts of the police force. We sent out the most talented person on the programme to investigate. It's me, look.
So, are people ready to be told what to do by a bunch of overweight, middle-aged nutters who couldn't get a job anywhere else? I've come here, amongst the publics, to find out. Would you like to see the security guards taking on other roles of police officers, for example, dancing with black people at Notting Hill Carnival, smoking spliffs on bank holidays?
Well, that's, if they're going to be paid 48 pence an hour, then like, I suppose they're entitled to their perks, yeah.
I'll just stop you there for a second, you're being a bit boring. Who's the toughest of the police and the security guard? Who could win a fight?
I'd say the police.
If you saw a fight taking place here between a policeman and a security guard, and they were arguing about turf, whose job was what, and the policeman was losing, would you actually step in and help the policeman?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So you'd be quite prepared to punch a security guard in the face?
Yeah.
A lot of these men are in their late 50s, early 60s, overweight, completely fucked up and off their faces on crack. Is that good?
Yeah. Yeah, look at me.
Are you fucked up and off your face on crack?
Yes.
A lot of those men are fucking mental, aren't they? And some of them are convicts.
They're convicts and people
weren't prepared to show me ID in civvies, so I put on a substandard uniform. Would they listen to me then?
Excuse me, sir. Iain Lee, 11 o'clock security services. Can I ask where you're going?
I'm just going to visit a mate of mine.
Right. Is that your car?
No,
I don't think it was. Brilliant. Thanks very much. Excuse me, sir. Iain Lee, 11 o'clock security. Can I have a quick word with you? Could I possibly see your driving licence?
No.
And that's you, Mr. R. Headley. Would it be possible, do you think, to get either a urine sample or a blood sample, whatever it is? Would that be easier?
Where?
We can just do it here now. It'll only take a second. Whoa. So have you got any documents to prove that that is actually your baby? Because although you look similar...
I've got my book here.
Can I check this?
My name on it. It hasn't got his name on it.
Yeah, it says your name. It doesn't say your baby's name. Can I just ask quickly, what is your baby's name?
Alexander Nicola Douglas.
I'm not sure if that's going to be admissible in a court of law. Would it be possible to take your baby away just for a couple of weeks? We run some blood tests and DNA tests, and then if everything's fine, you'll get the baby back. Would you mind if I searched you?
No.
It's Iain Lee for the 11 o'clock show.
Now, with world recession looming, the Bill Clinton-Monica Lewinsky affair seems to be about the only thing that's keeping the global economy ticking over. Leading American ice cream manufacturers are the latest companies to try and cash in on the story, releasing no fewer than 6 different tie-in flavours. We've got the Arkansas smoothie, hyperactive nuts, impeachment, sub pina colada, and my favourite, the president's spunk. And if you're looking for a pun there, you'll be looking long and hard. Well, historians amongst us will know that Clinton is the 3rd US president ever to face impeachment hearings, but only the 2nd to ever have sex with a slave. To bring us up to date with what's going on in America, and for more snack-based views, let's go live now to our New York correspondent, Rich Hall. Rich, it's Fred. Can you hear me?
How are you, Fred?
I'm really well.
Yeah, I can hear you. Isn't New York beautiful? Look at it. It's
gorgeous.
Look at that stunning city. Yeah, that's the City Core building. Right over there is the Empire State Building. Can you see it?
Can see it,
right?
Rich.
No, that's too far. Yeah. Those were the brand new built book towers that you saw off to the right there.
It sounds as though the politicians are going to vote for impeachment, but has Clinton still got the backing of the public?
There was a poll last week conducted in which Clinton came in as the 5th most popular American president ever. Can you believe that? 5th. He's number 5.
After who?
Behind Washington, Lincoln, Kennedy, Reagan, and then Clinton. And you know, since Reagan can't actually remember that he was president, he's the 4th most popular president ever.
How do you think he's managed to... How's he stayed so popular?
Well, I think if you look around, you'll find that we still have some money. You know, we're still making great snacks, Fred. Coke and Pepsi spend $8 billion a year on advertising, right? $8 billion. That's what Coke and Pepsi spend just to get you to buy Coke or Pepsi. $8 billion.
Okay.
All right.
I'm with you.
Now, okay, let's see how much effect this actually has on you, the consumer. You're at the footy match there, you know, and you're at the snack bar. Yeah, give me a couple of popcorns and a Coke. Sorry, sir, we only have Pepsi. Yeah, whatever.
It's money well spent, obviously, Rich. Thanks very much for joining us all the way from New York. Rich Hall.
Now, football supremo Ruud Gullit has joined the long line of stars who've opened their heart and front door for Hello magazine in an article that spans 11 pages. That's roughly 10 too many. Ruud is pictured with his girlfriend Estelle and their 9-month-old daughter Joelle, who they like to dress as a Covent Garden street jester. Oh, yes. To save you the bother of trawling through the mag, here are the only bits from Ruud's Hello interview worth reading. Estelle, Ruud didn't shag you for 4 months. Don't you think that was a bit weird?
Yes, I thought perhaps he was gay.
Ruud?
I wanted to be sure myself, and sure that Estelle wanted something more than just a one-night stand.
And that's just about it, spread over 11 filthy pages.
Tesco's have announced today that they plan to label all their genetically modified foods because customers are worried about eating them. What a load of old flange. I've been eating genetically modified food for years, like carrots, tomatoes and courgettes, and it's never done me any harm. Anyway, we'll see you after the break. We'll have this.
Yeah.
Wake up! Wicked, wake up, girl! And you wake up too, because in the second half I'm going to be chilling with my main man, Professor Wolf, on West Side, aight? Wake up! Wake up!
Vibe is to stay alive.
Read all about it. Man dresses children in silly coats just for a laugh. Extra, extra.
Welcome back to the 11 o'clock show. Daily boppers, Rubik cubes, conservatism. Mad fads which are quickly forgotten. But the latest craze to grip the nation is yo-yos. Here's Brendan.
This is brilliant. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. Bored now.
Now, if you're looking up at the sky tonight, you'd be watching one of the most spectacular meteor showers in living memory. But quite rightly, you've decided to forgo this dazzling once-in-a-lifetime experience to watch this thrice-weekly written-on-the-day topical comedy show.
But don't worry, you won't miss out. We sent Ali G to get the lowdown on space and science from top boffin Professor Heinz Wolf.
Yeah. You don't stop. It goes out to the crew up top. That's it.
So what is the Big Bang?
Right, well, what happened at the beginning, that there was a gigantic flash of energy.
Yeah.
And some of the energy was turned into matter. And this matter, in the first few millions of a second, shot out all over the place.
And was it like a really loud rocking bass?
Nobody heard it because nobody was around. But it must have been a pretty fantastic event.
Was it really, really loud?
No, it wouldn't have been audible at all, because sound travels through air, so there wouldn't have been any air. I mean, with all due respect, again, it isn't a question which one can really ask.
But if it happened now and there was air, would it be really, really loud?
Yes.
Would it be like the loudest mega bass car stereo or louder?
I think the size of the reaction, which provided all the matter for the universe, is of a totally unimaginable size.
So would it be louder than all the stereos in the world, in America and in England put together?
Yes, by billions and billions and billions and billions of times.
All the stereos in the world and in the universe and in America and England and alien stereos and wherever.
The actual event would be thousands and millions and thousands of billions of hydrogen bombs all going off together.
So it's louder than drum and bass. What is the smallest thing in the universe?
The smallest thing in the universe are, I should think, some of the elementary particles which make up an atom.
How small is they?
Well, how small? I mean, how you mean in sort of?
Yeah, in centimeters.
10,000 millionths of a millimeter.
Is it smaller than a sand?
Much smaller.
Is it smaller than a salt?
Yes, much smaller.
Sand is smaller than a salt?
No, not necessarily. I mean, you can get sand grains.
But salt is the smallest thing known to man.
Your hair.
Flour.
If you had any. Flour is...
Flour is smaller, is the smallest thing. I got muddled up.
It's much, much tinier than sand.
What does infinity mean?
Infinity means that if you are traveling by any means, whether it's Concorde or sitting on a beam of light, you'd never come to the end.
Is it a number?
No.
Is it more or less than a million, 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 million?
More. Because you can always add one onto the end.
Okay, I'll add a million on the end. Million, 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 million,
there is no edge, because by definition.
Even if I carry on saying that all day, what happens if I use zillion?
Still have no idea, because
Killian?
No idea, because
there isn't anything bigger than a killian.
Of course, the principle is that whatever number you try to think of, however big it is, I can always come along and say, I've got a number which is one bigger.
And that number is infinity.
No.
5 months after well-known alky Kevin Lloyd died following his collapse in the pub, just days after being sacked from the Bill for going on a week-long bender, an inquest has concluded there is some connection between his death and booze.
Most amazing of all is that Tosh was actually able to hold down his job on the Bill for 10 years despite his boozy ways, which saw him down up to 20 beers a day. Who else could drink themselves stupid and still manage to do their job? Well, Brendan reckons he can, so after last night's show, we locked him in the studio with a stack of beers and asked him to write just one decent joke. Let's see how he got on. Looks like you were on to something at the end there. Come on, let's have the gag.
I've been eating genetically modified food all my life, and it's not done me any harm.
That's pathetic. And what's more, we've done that gag already.
Aha, but you haven't had the punchline yet.
According to official figures released today, the Tory party conference was watched by a massive 0.3 million people. That means it was pipped in the ratings war by a repeat of Channel 5's tiresome seaside drama Sunset Beach. If the Tories really want to get viewers, they need to spice the conference up a bit, make it a bit more exciting. I don't know, do something like this.
This week I'm in Bournemouth for the Tory party conference, where a 14-year-old boy made the headlines by calling for the restoration of flogging. But just what sort of youth joins William Hague's Tory party? I'm here to find out.
What attracts you to the Conservative Party rather than Labour?
I'm attracted to the Conservative Party because it's a principled party, like I said. Labour is a party of froth. We actually stand for something.
A lot of people's images of young people in politics, especially Conservatives, of them being sort of, I don't know, spotty, dysfunctional youths. Do you think that's a fair comment or not?
No, it's not at all.
Right.
People they're just normal young people.
What sort of stuff do you talk about?
All right. I talk about things other than politics.
Hello? Karen, go on. No, I'm doing the young Tory people. Karen, just keep doing it. I'm doing the young Tories, yeah.
we talk about...
no, it's not. It's boring. William Hague to revamp the sort of youthful image of the Conservative Party. He's ditched the old young Conservatives, and he's repackaged the whole thing. He's calling it Conservative Future. But why would he need to? I went to ask him. Mr. Hague, I was just wondering whether you were worried that the children in this new organisation might be as embarrassing as the young Conservatives were. Did you guys get tanked up after the conference? I mean, is it really a... Well, no, get down and...
I've got them in.
All right. Do you guys stay with us all? Thank you. Go on, get them down.
You've got the Tory boy image, which we're trying to get rid of. But all...
Sorry. So the image you want to present what? Is sort of very... almost girl's blouse sipping a beer.
No.
What?
Combination...
Well, come on, drink like a man. Go on, let's see what Go on, let's have another one.
No.
Go on, mate. Oh, I thought you guys were up for a laugh.
Well, I think...
Go on, finish it. Finish it, I'll kick your head in. You want to take it seriously. You want people to listen to you and not think that it's weird that at your age you should be at the conference. Yeah. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay, that's great. Well, thanks very much for that.
Okay.
And, here. Is that your first interview to me?
Yeah.
All right, well, go on. I'll give you that. And, that's from us. Well, that was the Conservative conference. I think I've just seen the future, and it's scary.
Zoe Ball is soon to appear in a new TV ad where she's asked revealing questions why wild up to a lie detector. Well, when you've got a guest like Max Clifford, who once claimed that lying and deception is a big part of PR, why not give him the same treatment? Please welcome Max for some interrogation while strapped to our genuine lie detector. We're not making this up. This machine works by measuring stress levels in the voice. Max, are you ready?
I'm ready.
OK, let's sort out the facts from the bollock. Here we go. First cab off the rank. Did David Mellor really wear a Chelsea football strip in bed with Antonio de Sancho?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
He said he didn't.
Who do you believe? Do you believe her or do you believe him?
I believe her. I think if you look like David Mellor, you're bound to wear something to take it away from the face.
Like Is Prince Edward one of the gays?
Again, you know, Fred's your man. He's far more experienced in those areas than I am. And working at London Weekend, you've got to be an authority in that subject.
What did LWT used to stand for?
Limp Wrist Television.
Okay. What keeps you awake at night? And I'm not being rude there with that one.
You're not being rude?
No.
What keeps me awake?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, very little at my age.
Excitement! Ladies and gentlemen...
Oh, incidentally, while we're on the fact, have you read next week's Private Eye?
No, I've not. What's in next week's Private Eye?
You're in it.
Fuck. Me personally?
Yes, you personally, yes.
What does it say?
Well, I haven't written it yet, but...
Ladies and gentlemen, he's my best friend in the world. I'm giving £10. It's Max Clifford. Thank you very much, Max.
Cheers, thanks a lot.
Richard Branson got into trouble earlier this week after swearing on BBC Radio.
The BBC were outraged by Branson's outburst because they have a very strict policy on rude words. For example, we've managed to get hold of a leaked copy of a genuine BBC internal memo on the topic. It's absolutely real and it's titled Sensitivities Towards the Use of the Word Twat. And it reads, it appears there is some uncertainty about the meaning of the word twat. In many parts of the country, it's another term for the C word.
So we've decided to help our public service rival by finding out exactly where it is that the word has a rude meaning. We've enlisted the help of the Semiotics Department of Bristol University to draw up this twat map of Britain.
The experts' research has revealed it's safe to use the word in rural Berkshire, which I know is here, and it's a traditional word for herbal ointment for bee stings.
Yeah, I can well remember my old nan rubbing her twat on my throbbing throat.
You can use the word in Cornwall without offence. There, a twat is a type of net used by trawlermen.
At night, they can often be heard drunkenly bragging about the number of fishy old twats they've had their weather-beaten fingers in over the years.
Nor is the word considered rude in Derbyshire's Peak District. The twat there is a deep underground cave.
And at the weekend, the pubs ring out with tales of how novice potholers have got embarrassingly stuck as they tried to squeeze their way into a tight, dripping twat.
But the word is very vulgar in the Wiltshire town of Devizes, where it apparently means vagina.
And if you want to complain about that last item, write to the twats at the BBC.
Now, we've only been going for 2 weeks, but already the format of the 11 o'clock show has been sold around the globe.
The show's really taken off in Holland, where they're doing their own version called the 11 Uur Show, which I think roughly translates as the 11 o'clock show. And our own Euro correspondent, Wim van der Laan, has landed a plum job as presenter. Let's see what he and his co-hosts are up to.
Krieguters mij nog pijn herdaan. Nu is het dat voor onze volksnacht hebben vonden onze kunst van de verre old Brandon Burns. Brandon, wat voor hechte bloemen hazen Uli kniek en hier?
G'day, Vim. Aussies have been throwing their Barbies like boomerangs this arvo, after the Brisbane Parliament introduced the new Australian Music Directive. From now on, all households in Queensland must have at least one copy of Midnight Oil's Beds Are Burning, one copy of Woodface by Crowded House, and 2 copies of Kylie Minogue's I Should Be So Lucky, 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 Lucky.
Is that true, Brandon?
Nah, it's a sack full of dingoes danglers.
Then why are you telling us this?
Because we're Australian and we hate you Belgians.
Crazy. I talk to this guy every day and he doesn't get it into his stupid Aussie head that I'm a Dutchman. Vanka.
Now listen, fellas, there's something I have to tell you, and you at home is I'm leaving the show. I can't stand the late nights and sparring with a balding co-presenter and putting up with the bubble-necked ponce. And if Denise can leave Channel 4 for ITV, then so can I. So, see.
All right, mate.
See you later, Brady. Cheers.
No, there's no point putting on a brave face. I'm going. I'm leaving.
Cheers, mate.
All right, I'll stay till the end of the show.
Goodbye.
Bye.